welcome to a very special episode, very spooky episode of Quiz Show today. We're filming this right before Halloween. I am your host, Chris Smith. I'm a little nervous, it's my first time.
I'm your normal host, Matt Carpenter. I've done this so many times before, so this is gonna go really well.
We've got a real exciting game for you today. Like I said, we're filming right before Halloween, so this is gonna be all Halloween themed, real spooky. Our guests today are a very spooky panel. We've got Matt, and Matt. You guys excited?
Always. I'm Matt.
That is what he says. Yeah. So if you guys want to get your buzzers out, I believe what Matt says is we're just gonna get this thing started.
What does Matt say?
That's what he says. He says we're gonna get this started.
We're gonna get this
Yes.
started.
You boys know how the game works. We're gonna start with our buzzer round. Our first question from the category of history.
What is the name of the area between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico famous for swallowing ships?
Max was quick to buzz in. I meant Matt 3.
The Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle. Is that the correct answer? That's the correct answer. Bermuda Triangle. That's a quick couple of points for Max, but you can clear those buzzers. Got another buzzer round coming up here. Next question from literature.
I'm reading this.
Go for it.
What is the name of the first monster in Beowulf?
Buzzers are live. Matt 3 was quick again on that.
I think it's Gilgamesh.
That is unfortunately incorrect, so buzzers will reopen. Did Matt 1 or 2? Matt 2 has buzzed in.
I don't know how that happened, I might just say. But I am going to go with Beowulf.
Beowulf is
That's not correct. I'm sorry.
also incorrect. Go back. He didn't see it.
Can I guess for no points?
You can guess for points.
I
It's
can
still a
guess for
buzzer round.
points?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
He absolutely
No.
did not.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna go with Matt.
Matt is the correct answer. It's a quick couple points from Matt 1. I'm kidding. That is the incorrect
The
answer.
correct answer is Grendel.
Grendel.
Is Gilgamesh just
not
not
a
part of
Grendel,
Beowulf
it's
at all?
Grendel.
No, it's
Grendel,
not.
Grendel.
What
What is that
Gollum
from?
was based on.
That's
Fun fact.
Gilgamesh was like a Mesopotamian dude.
Is that a real place?
He's a person. He was
I
a
thought
real
it was
person.
the Smurfs.
The Epic of
Well,
Gilgamesh.
Well, I'm
You're
Matt,
not
a little
wrong.
idiot that doesn't know nothing.
Gilgamesh is from the
They're
Smurfs.
so right.
This is going to be one hell of a game, folks. He is also...
the
No, that's
clay.
Gargamel.
Well,
Oh, Gargamel is the
cat.
Smurfs.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
cat.
Well-
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Moving on to round 1. Matt, you want to introduce the first category here?
Round 1 is movies, which I think these are all Halloween spooky movies.
They're all spooky.
Questions?
They're
Spooky
all
questions.
spooky Halloween questions. So from movies,
All right, we have what 2016 horror movie featured a deaf woman as a victim? Matt 1, you are up.
Oh, I know I watched it. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's just called Silence.
that is unfortunately incorrect, which means Matt 2 gets a chance to steal.
Is it Listen?
Listen is also incorrect, so no points here, because Matt 3 doesn't get a chance to steal that. 'Cause he knows how the game works, because he invented
Oh,
it. The answer was
I just
Hush.
Those were actually kind of good guesses. Like,
Those
I
were
don't
good
normally
guesses.
Say that, but those were like using what the context clues that they did okay.
I agree, Matt.
But you weren't right.
But Matt 2, you get a chance to redeem yourself here. Moving on from movies, I ask you, which horror movie made famous the phrase, "The power of Christ compels you"?
I believe that would be The Exorcist.
I believe you would be correct, Matt number 2. Quick couple points for you. Keeping it with movies, you want to introduce question 3?
Yes. Okay. Matt number 3. Who is the villain in the movie Nightmare on Elm Street?
I'm going to say Freddy Krueger.
That would be correct.
Matt 3,
Matt
again
knows
with
his movies.
quick points. Matt does know his movies. I must say, I don't know any movie. I'm Chris. I don't know what the hell a movie is. Matt number 1, let's see if you know movies. It was corny. Matt number 1, I ask you, how many Friday the 13th movies are there?
Too many.
Oh my God.
That's so
I'm
right.
gonna go with. There's a lot of them. I'm gonna go with 17.
17 is a lot. Not correct. Matt number 2.
Damn. I'm going to go with 15.
15 is a little closer. Unfortunately, incorrect. The correct answer, 12. One more and it would be a real something. I'm sure they'd make that special. Coincidence. They've got Friday the 13th. They've got part 2. I'm not saying the names because they're dumb, but it's part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6,
Thank you so much.
I'm not done. Part 7, Jason X, Jason vs. Freddy, and the reboot, and then probably a couple more.
Thank you so much.
Moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
I missed a
10 plus
few.
2 is 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
a couple.
who are we
Yeah.
on? Matt 2.
We are on Matt 2.
Matt number 2. What is the name of the killer in the movie Scream?
Ghostface.
That is correct.
We have a pretty good round 1 here so far. These are worth a
It's
little
because
amount of
Matt
points.
watches movies.
Yeah.
Matt does know his stuff when it comes to movies. Let's see, Matt number 3, last but not least. Skew, in The Conjuring 2, what is the name of the demon?
I don't watch these movies.
Because Matt gets scared watching those movies.
Matt is very scared of the Conjuring films. I know that like there's a doll one named Annabelle, but I think that's a different thing. So I'm gonna say Annabelle.
Annabelle is a different thing. That is unfortunately incorrect, which gives Matt 1 the chance to steal.
Unfortunately, I've never seen this movie. So I'm going to go with Tyler McGuigan.
Sounds scary. Tyler McGuigan is scarier than this thing, I'm sure. Also bad at quiz show. The answer is Valag. I don't know. I've never seen the movie. It's too scary.
No,
Chris
that's how you
Norman.
say Tyler McGuigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you spell it in
And that's how you spell it. That's
whatever
actually
he
the
is,
Gaelic
Scottish
spelling.
or something.
It's the Gaelic.
It's his middle name.
Yeah. But after movies, we're moving on to
We are moving on to TV.
Ooh.
Still round 1.
still round 1.
Yep.
Matt number 1, we ask you.
In what show were Jonah Hill and Emma Stone co-stars?
Show is in capital letters because it's not a movie.
I really am a terrible media major.
Yes, Matt is.
Matt does
Matt
not
is a
know
terrible
this.
media major. I'm gonna go with Studio A.
Studio A, again, incorrect because you're just pulling from things that you know from this club.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Matt number 2, you get a chance to steal.
Spooky. Because it's Halloween themed.
That's good
Both
context
of those
clues.
were. I was gonna say that was a really bad guess.
You were
No, he usually says really good guess.
That
because
was-
you are Matt.
You usually say.
We are Matt.
We are Matt.
You're so right.
This is
As
Halloween
Matt,
spooky Matt.
this is I'm Halloween Matt. I'm mean.
The answer is Maniac, 2018 TV
Which
show.
no one knew.
No one knew that, but Matt 2 gets his own question.
Maniac.
Matt 2, I ask you, what Ryan Murphy produced horror comedy featured Emma Roberts and Jamie Lee Curtis? Yeah, that's you.
Oh, it's me. Sorry. It's Scream Queens, is it not?
Scream Queens, it is. He produced, Scream Queens, Haunted, Bly House, whatever that is, and also Glee. That was him.
Oh, Glee.
He did Glee, too.
He has a theme.
Oh, no, he didn't do that. He did American Horror Story. Did he also do that? He did a lot of things. He did a lot of spooky things, especially Glee. Matt number 3, we're moving on to you.
Okay, Sarah Michelle Gellar starred in which teen horror series?
Ah, jeez. It's a TV show. I know that.
Yes, because we are in the TV category.
Yeah. No, it's hard. I'm pretty sure it was. I really don't know.
Would you like to guess?
I'm gonna guess Scream.
Scream.
Okay, that is not correct.
Yeah.
Matt number 1, would you like to?
Sarah Michelle Gellar is a name I do not know.
Yes, it is. I know for a fact you know it.
You absolutely 1000%.
As Matt, Sarah Michelle Gellar is a name that I
Matt
absolutely
100%
Matt 100%
knows
knows
this name.
this person.
know. Scooby-Doo movies. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar starred in which
Like
teen
that thing
horror
out there.
series? I'm gonna go with Scooby-Doo.
That was okay. The correct answer is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
She was in Scooby-Doo, and she was in Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, because
Come on,
her and
Matt.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Matt,
were
I
both
told
in I
you.
Know What You Did Last Summer, and they got married, and James Gunn wanted a married couple to play Fred and Daphne.
Yes.
You, as Matt, should know that.
Also, if you watched one of the last episodes of Dancing with the Stars, Matt number 1, you would have seen her in the audience.
We are collectively a massive loser.
Matt is not doing too hot tonight. Matt number 1, you're getting a chance for your own question, though. I ask you, which children's television program features a famous Dracula parody character?
Oh, Sesame Street.
Sesame Street is the correct answer. Do you know which character it is?
The Count.
Yeah, Count Von Count.
Yeah.
He counts.
Of course.
Of course.
As Matt, I'm a huge fan of the Muppets.
Yes, dude. Matt knows his Matt lore, which he should because he's Matt. Next, we're moving on to Matt number 2.
Okay.
Matt Pitts.
Matt number 2, I
Nice.
asked you, Jordan Peele rebooted which sci-fi horror series in 2019 for CBS All Access?
It would be the Twilight Zone.
Correct.
Have you seen any of the new Twilight Zone?
I have not.
Has
I've seen-
anyone?
I've seen 2 episodes, and one because it was free, and the other because I had to write a paper on it. They're all right. They're all right. Because no one knows, because it's on CBS All
You didn't
Access.
have to write a paper on it. I had to write a paper on it.
I did write a paper on it, because I'm Chris.
Yeah.
This is going to be a real confusing episode.
Chris wrote a paper on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Worst show. I'm
you
saying
wrote
that
the
as
paper.
Chris. Matt number 3, last question from TV. We ask you which children's television program, a lot of children's TV tonight, features many supernatural characters that are often just regular people in a costume.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we talked in full about the lore of the Scooby-Doo franchise. So I'm gonna go with Scooby-Doo and Friends. I'm saying Scooby-Doo.
Scuba-Doo and Friends, is that your final
Scooby-Doo.
answer?
No,
Scooby-Doo is
it's
correct.
Scooby-Doo. Don't
Scooby-Doo
play that shit.
is
I swear.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah, we can
Yes.
swear. I think Tyler swore
On
on
the
this show.
Halloween episode, yes.
Yeah, this is rated R.
Spooky.
Spooky. Scooby-Doo is absolutely the correct answer. So we finish off round 1. We'll take a look at the scores real quick. We've had a pretty good round 1. The Matts know what they're talking about, except for
Chris?
Matt 1. No, that's Matt 1. How much?
No, I was gonna say that Chris will be reading the scores because Matt doesn't have his glasses.
Yes, so not Chris. Matt 1 is bad at movies, has 100 points. Matt number 3 is second with 225. Matt number 2 is in the lead here with 400. But remember, we've got these buzzer round questions coming up. So if you guys want to get your buzzers out, I can see that everyone put their phones away. That's super cool.
Well,
It's totally fair. I respect
speaking
that
as
we
Matt
are.
Carpenter, I'm a fool. So
He does say that because I do say
It's
that.
one of our catchphrases.
yes, I am a fool. Pass the lasagna.
I'm a big silly fool.
This was a mistake of a show. All right. You guys get your buzzers out. First question from the buzzer round tonight. We ask you from movies. What is the name of the villain in the movie Friday the 13th? Matt number 3 was quick with that.
Mine's still locked.
The
Yeah, because a lot. Can I get more specific?
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees is the correct
Am I
answer.
allowed to just hit it as many times as I want? Is that?
Yeah, it unlocks as soon as I finish reading the question or
That
Matt
is
finishes
false.
reading the question.
So I've just
You're
been,
just bad, dude.
I've just been mashing the button.
That's totally fine as long as you know
Matting
the
the button.
answer.
Cool. Yeah.
Uh,
mashing the
yeah.
button.
Next question, Matt. You want to read this one?
Sure. Finish the lyric for Thriller by Michael Jackson. Because this is Thriller, Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you.
You got to say it now.
You didn't say it.
You're Matt number 3. You spam the
number
hell out of
3.
it, dude.
Because this is Thriller, Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you until the morning light. Is that what?
That's a good guess, but it is not correct.
It
gives-
rhyme.
It did rhyme. Matt number 2 is next.
Ooh-ah.
Is that your final
The
answer?
classic Michael Jackson ooh-ah, yeah.
That's not even the sound that Michael Jackson is
I-
famous for making. No, that's a bad. I'm Chris. I can say that's bad. That was a stupid guess. Matt number 1 is next.
Because this is Thriller, Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you.
That's the sound he makes. At least
Well,
you had the
it was
sound.
more of a higher pitched ooh-ah, but I couldn't ooh-ah.
It's very famously hee-hee.
Like shark bait. Ooh ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a higher pitched shark bait ooh-ah, like ooh-ah.
You guys are
Okay.
bad at this. You guys are bad at this. I can say confidently, you guys are bad at this show. The answer is from the beast about to strike.
That's what that says?
That is what that says. Your handwriting is fine.
That's important.
It's Gargamel.
Yeah.
It's yeah, there you go.
Okay, we're starting round 2 with music. All right, Matt, number 1. What song by Yeah Yeah Yeahs was mashed up with Thriller by Michael Jackson on Glee?
Glee. A show that did not hold up.
Very spooky show by Ryan Murphy. As we previously established on this show.
Mashed up by Thriller. I don't know who the Yeah Yeah Yeahs are.
Me neither.
I can give you a hint, not important to this question.
Well, the song is by them.
It is, but you
It
just
is
gotta know the
important to
song.
this question.
You got 2
Chris?
seconds, dude.
I'm gonna go with I don't know.
That is not
Thank
right.
you.
Matt number 2, you get a chance to steal.
That new Taylor Swift album.
Was mashed up with
Yeah,
Thriller.
that's the one song is the whole new Taylor Swift album
It
that
was
came
on
out.
Glee that stopped airing several years ago.
Is it not? This is not right, but is it Time Warp, the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
That
song?
is not
That seems
correct.
fitting.
It is.
But I appreciate
It does
your
seem fitting.
guess,
Yeah, it is incorrect. The answer was Heads Will Roll.
which was actually in Sing 2.
It was
If you
in
guys
Sing 2.
watched that,
Not a
because
Halloween movie.
Matt did, so you guys should have known that.
Matt number
Yeah.
2, your own music question.
No,
I
that's
ask
good.
you, who originally sung Monster Mash? Remember, these are 200 sang.
Grammatically correct.
I
Oh,
don't.
no.
I don't know. I will say I did that though as Chris. So if it's wrong, that is on me.
Neither Matt nor Chris took grammar. and
Does
writing,
know grammar.
So.
But we are looking for the original singer of Monster Mash. Remember, these are a little tougher because this is round 2. These are worth 200 spooky points. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
I said Matt too a lot of times, dude.
It's our turn.
Yeah, this is a good question.
Do you have a good answer though?
I'm going to go with Bob Leslie. I don't know.
Bob Leslie is unfortunately incorrect, which gives Matt number 3 the chance to steal.
I have the album cover in my head, and I did listen to this for 5 months consecutively.
You know, at maximum, 4 of those months did not have Halloween in them.
Yeah, it
I
was.
appreciate your spirit.
None of them had Halloween in them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Boris Karloff just because it's the only like old spooky person I could think of.
That I don't know if he sung, but I do respect the logic there. Matt number 2 was actually weirdly, spookily close with Bobby Pickett was the correct answer. You got Bob at least. You got
It's a monster Matt, if you
Bob
will.
Dylan.
Yeah.
You must stop. Oh.
it's a real,
Oh.
real Ammernick joke there.
Ammernick, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're
I'm,
right in front of us.
I changed from Chris to Dan Ammernick and back to Chris.
That's nutty. All
Matt
right,
number 3.
I ask you, Ray Parker Jr. wrote the classic theme for what Halloween movie?
Ghostbusters.
Correct.
Ghostbusters is the correct
Matt
answer.
does know that because Matt loves Ghostbusters so much so that he wanted to go to the Ghostbusters. What is it? Con?
They're live in concert, and I think it'd be fun to go to. Matt thought it'd be fun to go
Matt thought
to.
it'd be fun to go to. He
I
asked.
do. I
I
that
think
would
it
be
would be a
fun.
very fun
He
thing to
asked
go
a
to.
group
I like
of
Ghostbusters.
middle-aged men in costumes if they were going, and they said no and didn't know what he was talking about, and he was very disappointed. But he wants
I
to go.
wouldn't know anything about that because I'm Chris.
Yes.
Matt number 1, your question from music. I ask you, what song did Marilyn Manson release for The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Marilyn Manson. It's a problematic person.
It is spooky.
A spooky person, indeed.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Released for The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You need to be saying it louder. Say what you just said.
I swear to God, if you said Marilyn Manson, I'm cutting the show.
No, you're close, but I said Madeline Matson.
Madeline
This show's over. Shut down the cameras. We're done.
No, because
not
that is
overstood
a joke Matt would make.
Madeline Manson released The Purple People Eater.
That is incorrect. Matt number 2, you get a chance to steal here.
This is Halloween.
That is correct.
That is correct. It
Sweet.
was this
Nice try,
Halloween.
I was
So-
asking what day it is, I think, actually.
Sweet joke. Oh, thanks for dressing up as Matt and then making a bunch of awful
I bombed.
jokes.
That's my thing. That was part of the bit. Max
Yes.
did not bomb. I was
What
doing
do you
a version
mean
of bomb
dressing
as
up?
Matt.
That
Yeah,
is
we are
Matt.
just Matt. You
I'm
are
Matt.
all just Matt. Matt is
Matt, Chris.
usually funnier than this.
No,
Matt
he
number
is not.
Matt number 2.
My question, sorry. What movie? No, we're on.
Yep.
Yes, we are on Matt number 2. What movie musical does the popular Halloween song "Time Warp" come from? I think you already mentioned this.
This
song.
is the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That is correct.
I was so hoping someone else would have gotten that question.
That would have been painful.
I held my tongue when you said that because I knew that was coming up.
That would have been painful.
It would have been. I would have laughed so hard because I am Chris and I like seeing Matt fail. Matt number 3. Let's round out
All of
music
them.
here. I ask you, what song written by the Cranberries was actually written as a protest song in response to 2 bombs dropped in Warrington, England? That sounds spooky.
I'm gonna feel dumb if this isn't right because just the title is spooky. Like, not zombie. Is it zombie?
Zombie is the correct
Okay.
answer because
A.
it is spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
it's spooky.
It is very
Okay.
spooky. What's even spookier is this next category. Sports and games. Ooh. Matt number 1, we ask you,
What animal that is often associated with Halloween ran out onto the field during a 2019 matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants?
As Matt, I know that I'm a big Giants fan,
Correct.
so it was a black cat.
it was a black
That is
cat.
correct.
That cat famously scored a touchdown that game.
Really?
There was a really good call for it. Ran right into the end zone, right back into the tunnel.
That's
You're
not-
Matt, you should know.
I should know that. I
You
forgot
watched that live.
because Matt has short-term, long-term memory loss.
So
He
true.
forgets lots of things.
Matt
We'll say
number
that he
2,
doesn't.
let's see if you remember this. I ask you, which I don't know why you remember this, you were born in 2002. Which famed female tennis star made her professional debut on October 31st, 1994? That's spooky because it's Halloween.
Ah. I'm blanking on the names. I feel like it's one of the sisters.
It may have been a sister. She was a female tennis star. A lot of them probably are sisters.
You make a good point, Chris. Just first name and last name?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Serena Williams.
Serena Williams is unfortunately incorrect, which means Matt number 3 gets a chance to steal.
I'm gonna go with Venus Williams.
Venus Williams is correct.
No joke, my first guess.
Matt number
Well,
3.
it's not what you said, was it, man? Let's move on.
Matt number 3 gets the correct answer for the steal there. Matt number 3 gets his own question from Sports and Games. Let's hear it, Matt.
Back to you. On October 31st, 2003, a young surfer lost her arm in a shark attack. Her story would be adapted into the movie Soul Surfer. What is the name of this surfer?
There's no way I can be expected to know this.
You did see this movie.
And it was indeed spooky.
Matt, forgot this movie after having seen it. I'm gonna totally guess Bethany Hamilton. I don't know.
That was a guess?
That was
Yeah,
right.
that was a guess. I've seen the movie. I'm just-
Oh.
That is 100%.
He is Matt, he's seen the movie.
I'm
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt has seen the movie.
Matt sometimes is goofy.
Matt is a little silly
I
sometimes.
saw the movie. I'm Matt.
But Matt was correct with that answer, so Matt 3 gets those points. And we're coming back to Matt number 1. Matt number 1, I ask you, which popular video game had a yearly in-game event called Junkerstein's Revenge? Spooky.
I'm gonna go with. I was originally gonna say Call of Duty, but they have a new game every year, and it's never as good as the last. So I'm gonna guess World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft is a popular video game that is unfortunately incorrect, which means Matt number 2 gets a chance to steal.
Maybe Overwatch.
It would be Overwatch.
Correct.
Is that a Halloween in-game event?
I have no clue. I
Just know.
feel like it was somewhere in my memory.
Probably. It's definitely spooky.
Sounds spooky.
Matt number 2, we're coming back to you.
I'm going to ask you, name one of the popular Halloween candies that sponsor NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Kyle Busch.
I don't watch. Well, I do. I love NASCAR. I'm Chris.
No, Chris doesn't actually like NASCAR. NASCAR's pretty
Chris
boring.
doesn't like
redacts that
NASCAR.
statement.
Matt number 2, dude, you
Oh,
got to
this
be
is-
on your
I
toes.
forgot.
You can only have to name one of them.
Is
I
it
also
Snickers?
Snickers is one of them. The other 2 are. Do you know this, Matt number 1? Just to shout it out. You won't get
I
any
think
points for
one of
this.
them's M&M's.
Correct.
Correct. Do you want to say the third one just to finish trifecta?
It's Reese's.
Man, that would have been so cool if it was right. M&M's, Skittles, and Snickers. So Matt number 2 does get the points for that because you were able to name Snickers.
I thought that's
I'm glad I was paying attention.
Might have to.
It would have been cool, but
It's
Man.
Reese's.
it is Reese's. That's like Matt's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reese's
Oh,
Puffs.
I just got that.
Yeah. Matt number 3, you are going to round out sports and round 2 here tonight.
Which,
We ask you, go for it.
which former NBA player starred in the parody film Scary Movie 4?
Can I ask a question about it?
I know nothing about this.
You can ask the audience, but
I
they're
mean,
not
I
going to
feel like-
Respond. This is pre-recorded.
Yeah. I feel like Shaq's a little goofball. Like, he has done movies before. I'm gonna say Shaquille O'Neal.
He would be
He's not
correct.
little, but he's a goofball. It is Shaquille O'Neal is the correct answer.
Ow.
Get it? Because he's like super big.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, let's check the scores after that terrible joke.
Very nice.
At the end of round 2,
Classic Chris.
our
Chris, you're
updated
so much
scores.
funnier on bi-weekly updates.
Yeah, usually I sit down and I write my jokes about news stories. This is real off the cuff for me. as we're moving into round 3, Matt number 1 has 300 points.
It's okay.
Matt number 2 has 1,200 points. Matt number 3 has taken the lead with 1,325 points. But don't worry, we still have round 3 coming up, which, as Matt always says, is worth 400 points. And what else do we have coming up at the end of this
A
game?
wager round. 3 actually wager rounds.
3 wager rounds. So it is still technically Matt number 1
Matt
could
number
win.
1, don't lose hope, even though if I was you, I would.
I already have.
That's tough.
And you are you.
Yeah, you.
Y'all are y'all, so that is so true.
I'm actually. I'm
I am
host
you, you,
Matt.
and me.
Yeah, we've got host Matt, Matt 1, Matt 2, Matt 3. But let's,
Different.
Matt 3,
I'm beside myself.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another one. I just thought of that.
no, dude, that was
Yes.
sick. That was a good one. Let's take a minute to meet our Matts a little more one-on-one here. So Matt number 1, we're gonna come to you first. Matt number 1, I believe I have been on Quiz Show before. That's correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about how I felt being on Quiz Show twice.
As Matt, this is my first time on Quiz Show. So
Matt's on every episode of Quiz Show, but
How? Yeah.
on this side of the podium,
Yeah.
So
How
true.
is it for
Um,
you being a contestant instead of
being
being
a
host?
contestant is interesting
a
because I
better
don't know
question.
the answers. Because I don't know a lot about Halloween.
I, as host Matt, also do not know the answers. So.
host Matt should know the answers because he is
But-
hosting.
I did hear that Chris, the host, did pretty well and then gambled it all away during the wager round and lost to Charlie.
I did. I was real stupid. Matt number 2.
Yes.
I'm saying that as Chris.
Can I
Matt,
ask questions, please?
yes, host Matt, go for it.
Matt number 2, do you want to tell us about where you're from, what your major is, some fun facts about you, anything you have to say?
So I'm from Clifton Park, New York. Fun facts: I wear a gray shirt and red tie to most, if not all, Quiz Show shoots.
I have noticed that about Matt. As Chris, I have noticed that about Matt.
Yeah, if you can see, there's sort of a trend going
I
on.
will say that is more reminiscent of Matt from season 2 of Quiz Show because season 3 he has been wearing a blue tie and white shirt quite often,
I've heard Matt just is too lazy to take out another outfit every week.
and he does not like doing laundry.
Matt does his laundry.
He does, but he
Matt does
does
his
not like
laundry.
it.
Matt number 2, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No.
Continue.
And as
sorry.
you can see, I have a pendant, pensions. I don't know what word I'm looking for here.
Those aren't
for
the
Matt
same,
puns
but-
today, myself puns. And I'm going to drop 2 more that I've already dropped about 4 times. This is a real multiverse of madness episode today, all right?
Is it
And we
real-
are the Illuminati. But I've already said this about 6 times, but I needed to get at least 2 more in.
But it
because
wasn't on camera.
It wasn't on camera.
It wasn't on camera.
It was just to me, Matt. Just suffer with that.
And Matt as well.
And also Matt.
And now
So-
the internet can suffer with them.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Matt number 3, least Matt. Last and least Matt, we're coming to you next. Tell us a little bit about how it is to be Matt since you have produced Quiz Show before because you are Matt, creator of Quiz Show, and now are a contestant on Quiz Show.
As Matt, the producer of Quiz Show, it wasn't fun per se, nor rewarding. However, it was something I did.
Yes, that is correct.
That is
Is
correct.
it fun and rewarding being a contestant?
You're not gonna like my answer. I mean, Chris. I'm
Let's
regretting my
move on.
choices.
Let's move on to round 3 before Chris gets his heart broken. That was good.
That
was
is
good.
in line
A
with what Matt
matastrophe.
said.
Yeah,
A matastrophe.
Catastrophe. There you go. You saved it. You saved it. That's what counts.
Matt's right now.
I really made a mess of that.
I'm mad at Matt, not at Mark.
I want to cry. Round
Why, you're
3.
Chris?
Chris wants to cry. Round 3, we are starting with literature. Matt number 1 obviously gets the first question.
Matt number 1, how old was Mary Shelley when she wrote Frankenstein?
Frankenstein. I want to say I read she was like 19.
Define like 19.
She was 19.
Wrong.
That was a good guess, though. And I say that as Matt.
Matt number 2, you get a chance to steal this one.
Was she 17?
You guys are real right around the money. She was like 17. She was like 19. Host Matt, tell us how old she was.
She was like 18.
She was 18. She wasn't even just like 18. She was straight up 18. She was 18. Real impressive feat there. Matt number two. Is this your question? I ask you, in Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart, what sound makes the protagonist go mad?
Is it the beating of the heart under the floorboards?
It is. The
That is
beating
correct.
of the old man's heart makes him go stupid, go crazy.
Yes.
I do-
Thank you,
I go
Chris.
stupiding.
Matt number three, your own literature question.
Who was the famous Scottish author who wrote the first major novelization of vampires, Dracula?
Oh, is it Bram Stoker?
It is.
Bram Stoker is the correct answer. Starting off hot
we know
on
that?
round 3 here. What do you mean, why do you know that?
Why do we know that? We're Matt.
Matt knows that.
Matt knows
Matt,
that?
no, Matt
I've
actually,
heard.
Okay.
Matt actually
We are
has the
collective of
book
information.
Dracula here with him. He has not read it because he has not read a book since high school.
I read books for school. I don't.
He has not read
Matt
a
reads
book
books for
in
school.
his free time since
Matt
probably actually
tried to
middle
read The
school,
Hobbit this summer.
and he got about 100 pages in.
It's on his nightstand. Matt number one, we're coming back around to you. From literature, we ask you, what creature appears in Washington Irving's novel, The Legends of Sleepy Hollow?
Oh, it's the Headless Horseman.
It is the Headless Horseman. Matt number two, we're moving on to you. I refuse to celebrate for Matt number one.
What is Stephen King's best-selling book?
Ooh. Is it it?
It is not. Matt number three,
Ooh.
question goes to you.
Oh, if it's not it,
What could it be?
what could it be?
Could
Not
it be
it.
Matt?
It's a real who's on first situation we got going on here.
Yeah,
Matt's on.
it's not it, but it is. I guess I'll say The Shining.
That would be correct.
Shining is Stephen King's best-selling book. I was really hoping someone. Never mind, I'm not even going to go there. Matt number three.
Whoa.
We'll talk about it off camera. Matt number three. We ask you to finish out literature. Who is the famous children's book author, mainly known for writing the horror series Goosebumps?
I don't know.
Yeah. Why does Matt get all the easy questions?
I did not know how to read until few years ago.
Several few years ago. I don't know if you know how to read now.
Yeah. I'm gonna get R.L. Stein.
Again, correct.
You have a lot of
Yes.
good guesses. You got to just trust in yourself, Matt. You got to
Forrest
believe.
Gump.
I'm rooting for all of them, but
Let's
I'm
go.
especially rooting for Matt number three because he's pulling these out of his. I can't say that.
Out of my ass.
You're Matt.
You're Matt.
You're
That one
Matt.
gets a clap from Chris. That one gets a clap from
Thank you,
Chris.
Chris.
That finishes up literature. And so we are moving on to finish off the night with history. Matt number one from history, I ask you, what was the name of the hurricane that canceled Halloween in many New Jersey towns in 2012? I remember this because I'm Chris from New Jersey.
This was Hurricane Sandy.
This was Hurricane Sandy. That is the
Because I'm
correct
Chris.
answer.
No, I'm Matt from New York.
You
Yes.
are Matt from New York, but Hurricane Sandy was also in New York. They're very close.
I'm Matt from New York. Hurricane Sandy.
Matt still
Yes.
had Halloween that year, but I'm sad little Chris, and I didn't. Matt number two, your question from history, we ask you.
What year was Alcatraz shut down?
Oh. 1972.
That is
Incorrect.
incorrect. So Matt number three
These
gets a
are
chance to
always hard.
steal.
I feel like it was in the 60s. They made a bomb Clint Eastwood movie about him getting out of there. I'm gonna say 1969.
That is incorrect, but you were close with the 60s. It was 1963.
Was 1963. Was that Clint
Dates are hard,
Eastwood
though. Matt
movie?
does not know dates.
Matt doesn't know dates. Dates are hard. Years are hard, but it's because these are worth more points. These are worth 400 points each. So Matt number three, you get a chance to redeem yourself because you have your own history question. We ask you, what is the name of the infamous haunted cruise ship stationed in Long Beach, California that operated between 1936 and 1967? That doesn't look like you have a confident guess.
Not at all. I'm mad, I'm a little dummy.
I think he's swell.
This joke is staying. It's welcome. Okay. It's not the Titanic. It's not the Andrea Doria. The boat from Seinfeld. Oh, it's so the Andrea Doria. I guess from Chris's look, is it the Andrea Doria?
No, my look was that was a dumb thing to say.
Well, that's
No,
not fair.
that count. No, it's oh, you're not gonna know it. Matt number 1, you get a chance to steal.
I'm not gonna.
Haunted cruise ship stationed in Long Beach, California.
Yeah, if you say it out loud, it'll come to you.
I'm gonna go with the Santa Maria.
Y'all are not doing that well tonight. Incorrect.
This is why Chris hates Matt.
Yes, that's a real weird thing to think about during this bit, but I'm sure it works. The answer was the Queen Mary. Matt number 3, you knew that one? Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a no. Matt number 1, you get your own question again.
What device was used to kill radical French politician Maximilien Robespierre?
Oh, the guillotine.
Correct.
The guillotine is spooky. That's why it
Or as
counts.
some people pronounce it, the guillotine.
No one pronounces it like that.
I've heard it.
Matt actually does
wrong.
pronounce it
They
like
are
that.
Matt doesn't. Matt number
Because he's a
2.
fool.
Matt number 2.
Yes.
From history, what state were the Salem witch trials held in?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
It
I-
was such a layup there from Massachusetts, but I would have taken the points away from you. The answer is indeed Massachusetts. That is
More
the
like
correct answer.
Matt number 3, to
Massachusetts.
finish up our history round, I ask you, what New Mexico town is famous for its alleged alien sightings?
Roswell.
Correct.
Roswell is the correct answer. That was
Very
a,
nice.
New
That
Mexico.
was a solid round, Matt.
Pneumatico.
Pneumatico. That was a pretty good round, but that is the end of our normal questions. Let's take a look at our scores before we get into this wager round. Before we even, well, no, we have to do this first because that's how the game works. Matt number 3 is still in the lead with 2,925. That's a pretty high score. Matt number 2, close behind with 2,000. Matt number 3 is Matt number 1. Man, Matt number 1. You guys,
Chris, you seem to be having some trouble over there. You all right?
there's too many Matts.
Chris
Matt-
struggled in math.
Matt
He
number
was an
3
English
is in the lead with 2,925 points. Matt number 2 is closely behind him with 2,000 points, and right behind him is Matt number 1 with 1,500 points. And I did that all without glasses.
That is right, Matt, because Matt has 20/20 vision.
Yes.
So now that we know the leaderboard, Matt number 3, you get the first chance to pick what category everyone's going to be quizzed on here tonight for our wager round.
I'm picking the category.
Would you
yeah.
like to me to repeat them?
No, I know.
You got them?
We're doing movies. Tons of
Movies.
All right, we're doing movies first, and after that, Matt number 2, which
Motion pictures.
yeah, you put a lot of thought into that one. That took you a couple
It's
seconds.
stretching, but I'm fine with that.
No, yeah, that was good. That was good. Matt number 2, which Matt-themed category would you like tonight after
I'm
movies?
going to steal a Matt pun here. We're going to go with matching picture television.
That's not no. Who calls it?
I don't know.
Telematching.
You said Matt pun, and
Telematching.
Telematching.
That's good.
I got scared.
Telematching next. This is a real spooky game we got tonight. Matt number 1, which category of the remaining 4 would you
we're gonna
like
go
to
with
work
sports
Matt
and
into?
maths.
Yeah,
Correct.
dude, that was a real,
So we're giving up now? Okay, cool.
That
Let's
was
do
a-
Matt and Matt.
a real creative one. Yeah, a real creative one there, Matt number 1. This is why you're in last place.
And this is why you're not on Biweekly Update anymore.
That's so fair. That's so fair. Matt, let's take a look at your scores again. We'll make wagers here for first movies.
You can wager however many points you would like.
But if you get the question wrong,
You
lose,
will lose those
points.
points.
Yes.
And you can go into the negatives, I believe.
Yes.
You cannot.
You can't? That's stupid.
You can, okay. Well, you invented the game, so
Well, I was wrong.
So we're done with the section where we carpet and take turns.
we're all, where you what?
Yes. You're, write down how many points you want.
Carpet turns. I messed it up. I'm so sorry.
You had it so ready and locked and loaded.
I got excited.
I know you were waiting to fit it in there, and you
got
just
excited.
and you
It's
missed.
the Carpenter.
Matt too looks a little lost, a little confused, a little overwhelmed.
I'm so sorry.
To take it from the top, Matt, we're all gonna ask you. We're gonna ask you the same question from movies. So you can write down an amount of points between 0 and however many you have. Which again, Matt number 1, 1,500. Matt number 2, 2,000. Matt number 3, 2,925. If you get this wrong, you will lose those points. So when you have that point amount written down, you just give us a thumbs up, and Matt will read you the question.
Awesome.
Matt 3 is good. Matt 1 and 2, everyone is good. From
Okay.
movies, Matt asks you.
What horror movie is widely considered to be Christian Bale's breakout role?
You guys have 30 seconds, or if it's quicker, then I'm not going to wait the 30 seconds, because Chris is an impatient man. 15 seconds left. Christian Bale's breakout horror movie role.
10 seconds left.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down, Matt. Matt number 1, we are coming to you first. Let's see how much you wagered.
I wagered 1 point
Matt has wagered 1 point
and guessed The Dark Knight.
and guessed The Dark
It's
Knight.
a good thing you only wagered 1.
Yeah, because that is wrong. Joker is a little spooky, but it's not a horror movie, technically. Matt number 2. Let's see
Christian
how.
Bale, also not the Joker.
Yeah, but he's in the Dark
Yeah.
Knight. Yeah, shut up.
That's why I put it there.
Wrong. Matt number 2.
It pains me because I think I might have gotten this right, but I didn't bet any points.
Matt number 2 will not gain any points, but he is right. It is American Psycho. But he kept a conservative wager there. Matt number 3 looks disappointed. Matt number 3, how many points did you wager?
Well,
Let's see it.
I won a different round. I bet 900,
Matt,
which is more than 1 and 0 combined.
that's a lot more than 1 and 0 combined. Matt number 3, excuse me, will lose 900 points here.
Tell
for
me, tell
For
me.
what is his guess?
Empire of the Sun.
I literally thought that said Evan on the street.
My
Evan on the Street,
You're
great
telling me
show.
that kamikaze pilots are not scary to a child?
To a child,
This is
sure.
his breakout role.
Well, he was so small.
He was. I would have also accepted Newsies. So after that wild round, Matt number 3 is still in first place with 2,025. Matt number 2 has not moved at all with 2,000 points. And Matt number 1, besides somehow losing a point, has come way closer to being in first than he has been all night with 1,499. Shout out Matt number 3 for that one. Next, we are doing TV. So if you guys want to make your wagers based on those points and the TV category, give me a thumbs up once those wagers are in. And you know what? I'm gonna mix it up because it's a spooky episode. As soon as those wagers are in, I'm gonna take it now. I'm gonna look at your wagers now. Wait. Okay, I see these two. I'm waiting for Matt number 3.
You guys are boring.
Don't say that because
Sorry.
Matt number 3 is still wagering. All right, let's see our wagers. Matt
Well, I
number
appreciate
1
that.
is wagering 1 point. No,
Two.
2 points. 2 points, excuse me. Matt number 2 is wagering 0 points. Matt number 3 is wagering 25 points, taking a smarter
little bit
route.
of a risk.
Yes. So
Thank you.
now that we know what is at stake for everyone from TV, Matt asks you. That's you. You're Matt.
Sorry, I am Matt. The show Supernatural and The Boys share the same showrunner. Who is it?
30 seconds on the clock now. For a combined 27 total points between the 3 of you.
The one of us, we're all mad.
The one that's so
Matt your
true.
risks today. Risks today.
Is everyone's answers in?
I'm feeling Matt.
All right, with 10 seconds left on the clock, we're just going to stop the clock, have everyone show their answers. Matt, number 1, let's start with you. What? Gutzum Borglum.
Gutzum Borglum.
Is that a real name?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Whose name is that?
He is the constructor of Mount Rushmore.
Ah, yes.
How lovely.
He is not the showrunner for Supernatural or The Boys. You will lose 2 points for that, and I wish you'd lost more. Matt number 2 will lose no points for a
Again.
second correct answer in a row. Eric, is it Kripke?
Kripke?
Very
Kripke.
unfortunate that he's not wagering more.
Isn't that
Yes.
a character on Big Bang Theory? Kripke?
I don't know. I
believe
don't watch
so.
bad sitcoms like you.
I don't either.
Like Matt. Like I do watch bad sitcoms. I'm Chris.
Chris's dad watches that show.
My dad watches The Big Bang Theory. But Zinga, Matt number three. What is your guess for your 25 points? Also said Arab Kripke. You spelled it wrong, but it's pronounced right. So I'm gonna count it. Matt's gonna count. Matt, are you gonna count it?
Matt is going to count it, and that's 25 points for Matt number 3, 0 points for Matt number 2, and -2 for Matt number 1.
Yeah, so with that in mind, our new scoreboard is very similar. Matt number 1 is still in first with 2,050. Matt number 2 is still in second and still has 2,000 points. And Matt number 1 has lost a consecutive 3 points in this round and is now sitting at 1,497. Just a reminder, this is the last question of the night. You can wager however much you want, and you can gain those points if you get it right. And this is your last chance to win, and anyone can win if they bet a lot of points.
I want to remind you that Matt number 3 is winning. So if you continue, you will either lose or you might beat him. So
Yes, what Matt said. So with that in mind,
go crazy.
we are going to ask you from sports and games next. So with your scores and our pep talk and that category in mind, let's see what you guys want to wager.
Which
You guys, whoa. We're getting ahead of ourselves, Matt.
You guys heard something?
When our wagers are down, we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to ask you the question.
Speaking as
Dude, Matt number 1, I saw you draw that, and I'm so disappointed. Are your guys' wagers in? Matt number 1, how much did you wager? Tell the people at home.
1,495.
Oh, I thought you wagered 0, dude.
I am
I
so
circled
happy.
it.
I'm so
happy.
I am proud of that. He's wagering almost all of it.
Thank you, Matt number 1. Matt number 2.
And number 2 will be wagering 1,999.
Thank you.
This is what I'm talking.
I like to-
Matt number 3. Matt number 3 has wagered
I mean,
2,000. Oh, no,
Very
that's
nice.
good.
2,000.
I
Very
think
nice.
that's good. This
All
will
right.
make or
Matt
break
likes
this
to
game.
ramble
Yes.
and gamble.
Yeah, Matt does. I've heard. No, I'm not saying that as a 20-year-old. Matt number 3 has wagered 2,000. So this question will make or break the game, depending on who gets it right and who gets it wrong.
Okay,
From sports and games.
I ask you, which current NFL player decorates his yard every year for Halloween with tombstones of every QB he has sacked?
30 seconds left in this game.
I was hoping for an NBA question.
That would have been a sport or a game.
This is an NFL player?
This is an NFL player.
Current?
Current NFL player decorates his yard for every year for Halloween with tombstones of every quarterback he has sacked. I'm going to give you a little fact check. 5 seconds left.
What's the first
3,
letter of his name?
2,
What's
nope,
his first name?
no,
What's his last
1, pencils down. All right, assuming any of you got it right, but he is still active. I did do a little fact check.
Ooh, that is not good for me.
Uh-oh.
If you have to fact check that he's still active.
Matt number 1, well, yeah. Matt number 1, let's see, for most of your marbles, what you've guessed.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald is still an active player. Is a good guess, unfortunately incorrect. Chris knew that Aaron Donald's an NFL player because I'm Chris and I watch football sometimes. So you will lose 1,495 points.
Thank you so much for your input.
Yes, Matt number 2, let's see what you guessed.
I think this is a football player.
Lamar Jackson is a football player. So this current NFL football player decorates his yard every year for Halloween with tombstones of every quarterback he has sacked. Lamar Jackson is a quarterback. He has not sacked a single quarterback.
Good to know.
He is a quarterback. So you will lose 1,999 points on that round. Let's see if Matt number 3 is able to bring it home for us here. Aaron Donald. We have established that Aaron Donald,
Matt knows. Chris. Thank you, Chris, from Matt. Thank you.
unfortunately, incorrect.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Myles Garrett is the NFL player, yes. But Aaron Donald was a good guess. Lamar Jackson was not a good guess. I can say that as Chris because I'm allowed to be mean because it's spooky and I'm Chris. Correct. So at the end of our show here today, we're ending up with Matt number 2 has slipped down into 3rd place with 1 point. Matt number 1 has jumped into 2nd place with 2 points.
Let's
and
go,
by
Matt.
a whopping 48-point margin, Matt number 3 has won today's game with 50 total points. Matt number 3, how do you feel?
I feel fan-mastic.
Oh,
Matt lost.
Way to bring it home with the Matt puns. I'm proud of that one.
that was-
As Chris, I'm happy with that one. Yeah.
thank you,
Matt, you
Chris.
have anything to add? Words of encouragement for our losing players today?
Nothing.
Fantastic. Or
Matt,
as you
is
said,
this the lowest scoring episode of Quiz Show yet?
No, we did go into negatives once.
I'm in double digits.
And then,
So
yeah, Matt 3 has a point. We did go into negatives one time, but apparently we don't do that anymore.
that was an accident, but it's okay. It happens. This is a pretty low-scoring game. This is 53
But it was fun.
total points. It was fun
And spooky.
more importantly, it was spooky. That wraps up our very special Halloween episode. I'd just like to take 1 second to thank Matt 1, 2, and 3 for coming out here and competing today. You can see more of them on my show on MCTV, Studio A. They dress as other people on that show because they're all Matt, but on that show, they're different. They're different people. But you can see them on this channel on Studio A every 2 weeks, roughly. Matt, you want to close this out tonight?
No, I don't.
Okay, I will. As everyone knows, and as Matt says every week, all other episodes of Quarantine Quiz Show, In-Person Quiz Show, and finally Quiz Show are right
have
here.
too many names.
We have too many names, but we're sticking with this one. They are all here on MCTV HD on YouTube. But for now, good night, take care everyone. Thank you again for a great game, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.